pen, Abby. Anything you know you need, your jotter, your pen, your small chops. In case you need small chops, that suit is in the house. Just place an order. Fast delivery. It's going to shock you that you can get it this night. Okay, let's start. Good evening, everyone. Good evening once again. If you can hear me, come back from WhatsApp and come and let me know if you can hear me. Good evening, good evening. So, a lot of persons came to my DM when I was generating leads and asked different kinds of questions. So, many said, are you going to teach the basics of design? I'm a newbie designer and all that. Are you going to cover all that? And I would have gone that route of doing a free design class and teaching you the basics of maybe Canva or Pixel app or whatever tool it is that you use, or even Photoshop. But I know that before I became very good at design, I joined a lot of free design classes. If you're like me, just tell me yes in the comment section. If you know you joined a lot of free design classes, type yes in the comments. Okay, I see one person. Thank God, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Now, free design classes are very, very good. Or let's say basics design classes that teach you the introduction, that teach you how to design, that teach you the software, tells you Pixel app is the best, Canva does this, and all that. They are not a problem. Where the problem starts from is going from class to class, buying courses, and there's almost no difference. I, like you, in 2021, or like a lot of persons, I started design. And I used to say it before that those were my stupid years, the years where I thought I was designing. But then, looking back now, those were not designs. Those were, so I don't even know if there's a name that I can call it. Those were designation, were not designs. It was not passing any message. In short, I was just playing with shapes. I was playing with colors. I was doing watercolor and not design. And for years, I struggled. I was moving like snail. Snail was faster than me. I was moving very slowly, and there was almost no significant improvement. I was just calling myself a designer, and there was no money. In short, the first money I made in design was 2K for a logo design. That was, I can remember, because that client almost ran away with the money. You want to pay 2K for a logo, and you still want to run away with the money. The man did not have the fear of God. But because my coach taught me something, he said, once you do anything for anybody and the person has not paid you ahead, put your watermark on it. So I put my watermark on it very big, and you could not use the logo without removing the watermark. Now, if it's now AI will just have to remove it, but then there was no AI, so they had no choice. After days, because he needed the logo, he paid me, he took it. But I disturbed him. I chatted him up. He was telling me remove the watermark. I said, can you not see the logo? He said he can see it. Hey, if you like it, tell me. So that you pay me and I remove it. So eventually he paid me, and I was very, very happy then because 2K. 2K was a lot of money then. This is like 2021. So like a year after COVID, to me then it was a lot of money because I was not earning money. I was in school. There was no other income, and that was big. After that, it took months again before I got somebody that would pay me 500, 1,000. So I understand. The days where I was in school, I had to trek under the hot sun and my tongues were dry. But I had to get home because there was no option. There was no money to buy food in school. So if you go to school in the morning, you have to wait till you come back in the evening before you start cooking, before you eat. And you know those Nigerian lecturers, the way they cite timetable, you have one lecture in the morning and 2 in the evening. So you have no choice but to wait in school. The days of always just doing replication, joining challenges, and there was no result. So if I say let's do that same process again, I'm just going to teach you, and you're going to be happy at the end that wow, So this person can design like this, and you are most likely going to replicate whatever it is that I put in the tutorial. I'll just send you introduction and samples of tutorial designs to do, and then you're going to do it, and they are going to be happy. And 2 years later, you're still in the same place. Now, a lot of persons are struggling to earn from their design, and I want to tell you that this class is exactly why you should be here, because we are not just coming to tell you, come and learn Canva tricks, come and learn pixel art tricks, come and learn how to do popping effects, come and learn how to sharpen your image. This class is about making money. The truth is, most Nigerian designers, they are broke for 2 reasons. It's either because they are bad designers or they don't know how to produce results. There are 2 reasons why your designs, or why you are calling yourself a designer and they're not making money. It's either because you don't even know how to design, so people are not even interested in hiring you for your services, or you don't even know the way to make money from your skill and you're a good designer. So you hear a lot of persons tell you, no matter the level you are, you get clients. That's true. If you look at it in a very, very big scenario, it might be a lie. But it is true. Now, for other persons, they are very good at their designs, but they don't know how to still get those clients. That is now the original truth. So we are going to walk you the 1 and the 2 on systems that you can build to get clients. That's first. I'm going to teach you how you can start making money from your design, like how to get the first person that will pay you for your design skills. That's if you have not even gotten somebody. Or how to build a system that now brings them in, how to build a system that filters, how to build a system that handles them when they come, because it's another thing to handle clients, it's another thing to get them. Now, if you've ever heard these statements, nice design, we'll get back to you. Can you reduce your price? Then this class is for you. If you have never heard those statements, you are free to go. You have no business here. But if you've ever heard we'll get back to you, or people reading your messages and they're not replying, this class is for you. Now, let me tell you something. Clients don't pay for design. They pay for what the design will do for them. The reason why your client that prices you 2K comes to you and say, Mr. Man or Mr. Woman, help me create a design, is because they expect that at the end of you designing for them, the design brings in certain results. Yeah, either using your designs for promotion or advertisements to call attention to certain products or services. That is the reason why they're coming to you for designs. Otherwise, there will be no need for designers. Because of that reason, that is why they pay you. If there is no results that they are going to get if they give you their money and you create the design for them, you would not get clients. So because clients need the results from working with you, that the result your design will get for them, that is why your clients will either come to you or go to the next designer. You notice that there's some designers that charge as high as 100K and there are some that even charge as high as 5K. The difference is not because one is a better designer, not always because of that. The difference sometimes is because one can get you results, the other one doesn't even know how to get himself results. That is the difference between the 2 designers that either earn more or does not earn at all. If your design doesn't clearly show value, your price will never be respected. No matter how talented you are, your design has to show value. Now, here's a core problem that designers face, and I've seen it a lot. If you go on X or you go on Instagram, you see a lot of, you go to the designers page, you see a lot of comment sections that look like this. Well done, boss. Beautiful design. This your design is sharp. If you've ever seen those kind of comments, just drop a yes in the comment section. You've gone to people's comment section and all you see there is sharp design. Well done, boss. The biggest, the sharpest man. Designers healing designers. That is not a bad thing because you need engagement for your post. But that is one of the problems that a lot of persons face with their designs. They are designing to make their design colorful, beautiful, so that other designers can shout for them and hail them. That's why we have a lot of birthday designers and lesser of chocolate designers, or even business for designers. That's why you see that a lot of designers go to their page and birthday design full. They have become birthday designers and not real designers. Now, I'm not saying birthday designs are bad. I'm just telling you that birthday designs, except that's what you want to do with your life, is going to pay you less, especially when you're doing it for your fellow designers. It's not going to make you money. It's not going to make you money. A lot of what we are taught in design classes is make it fine, make it colorful, make it attractive. But a lot of us are not taught how to make the eyes follow a pattern. Where should the eyes go first? What should the person feel? What should they do next? I want to ask a question, and if you know the answer, just drop it. What is the reading pattern of an average Nigerian? Let's never say the word. What is the reading pattern of an average Nigerian? If you know the answer, drop it. If you don't know it, just say no, so I'll know that you're with me. If you know the reading pattern of the average Nigerian, like yourself, if you want to read, what is your reading pattern? Do you know the answer? There's nobody. Now, you would know that an average person reads from the left to the right. If you see a book, you're going to take the book from the left to the right. You see a design, you're going to take the design and start reading the information from the left to the right, there from up down. Nobody goes to a book and start reading from the down, except you're reading for something there specifically. You don't start reading from down and take your eyes up. You don't start reading from the right, start taking your eyes there, except you're reading Arabic. If you're reading Arabic, maybe you can start reading it from the left, from the right to the left. But you are reading English, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, or any language, you are going to start reading from the left to the right, then from top to bottom. Now, if you as a designer do not even know that people read this way, and you put your headline down, and because we say anything that is big calls attention, to a great extent, you have distorted the reading view of an average Nigerian, and it's going to be very hard for you to retain attention. So you see that there are a lot of things that come in play when we are designing. If you know all these things, it's going to set you apart from other designers, so that when people are telling you, well done, boss, good design, you actually know that your designs are good, not because people are just telling you. I've not gone to anybody's Instagram comment section except the person is hated, and then I see your font is not good, you did not do the airline well, and stuff like that. We know that a lot of people will not do that. We'll just heal ourselves so that we can feel that we're doing a good job. But so that in your mind of mind, you know that I am actually doing a great design. This is a pattern that you should follow. And when a design looks good, but it doesn't work, the client blames the business and not the design, and then the designer stays broke. The reason why your clients don't come back might be because they think their business is not flourishing when they do that. They think people are not interested in their business. Now, they don't know that you, the designer, and I make mistakes. They think the business is the problem. So they blame the business for not working. They blame the business. Sometimes the business can have issues, but in most cases, the reason why some businesses don't grow is because the designs they use are not even good in the first place. A rich client is a rich designer, so to say. If your clients have money and they make money from their business, it's easier for them to come back and patronize you. I got a client through Code DM sometimes around 2024, maybe November, and I worked with that client all through 2024, 2025, and last year. Now the brand has not resumed this year, so I've not had any project to work on. And the brand uses a design every month, like one design every month. They use it to run ads for their business because it's something I do physically. So they do once every month. And in over a year, I created different designs for that brand. And every time I ask, there's always this feedback that people are always saying, your design was the first thing that made me attracted. Like, it made me understood, okay, this is something I'm interested in every single time. And all the concepts for 2025 were totally different. We did not use the same design. We did not reuse, in short, because the brand is something that has to do with painting, we're using different colors So we're not retaining the brand's color for the design. But for a whole year, the result was consistent. The reason is because I understood what would make this particular brand convert with these kinds of designs. And that was all I gave them. Now, that is the difference between somebody who just goes to their canvas or learns design and decides to start creating. And then you cannot create something that can give the same result, not even a better result, the same result for 3 months without changing. So you see, if you want the business of your clients to grow, you have to know how to create designs for them, specifically for your clients and not for you. Now, I want you to write 5 mistakes that are killing your income. The first mistake is that you are designing everything at once. Sometimes it's the blame is on the client, sometimes the blame is on the designer. But you want to show the brand's logo, you want to show the offer, you want to show the phone number, you want to show address, you want to show social media, and you want everything to be important. Eventually, nothing is important in your design. Everything is calling attention. That is the reason why people will just scroll past your design and would not know that you even put out the design at all. Because all you do is make everything look important. The second mistake is there is no clear offer. You put out designs for clients because what you put out as proof of work is what other clients will see and know that this person. 5 mistakes that are holding your income or killing your income. 5 design mistakes that are killing your income. What you put out as proof of work on your social media platforms, on your portfolio, is what other clients will see and then be interested in working with you. But if you cannot convert a client with a proof of work, then you cannot even convert the client at first in the first place. It means for me to be interested in working with you as a designer, I have to see something that you have done before and understand this to the extent that I would say this person is a good fit to work on my own design. So make sure that your designs have clear offers so that if you're putting a marketing design, people know what is being sold, why they should care, and what to do next. If your offer is not clear, the money will not come. The next thing is poor visual hierarchy. People don't read designs, they scan. With the attention span of humans going down every day, the only thing that would keep your attention is something that captures it. So if you cannot capture attention with your design in the first 3 seconds, you cannot even keep attention. So as you would bear with me, you would answer this for a fact that as you're scrolling on Instagram, you are scrolling very fast, or you're scrolling on Facebook, you are scrolling very fast. Only when you see something that stops your attention, then you stop and then go back to it. You are not going slowly and trying to be reading everything word for word. In short, if you see something too long, you skip, except you are really interested in that thing. So if you cannot stop attention, then you cannot even capture attention. So that's one other mistake. The fourth one is you are designing to impress other designers. This is what I was talking about before, and this is very, very painful because I was there. In short, you go to my Instagram page and you scroll down to the deepest of the deep. Most of the designs there, I'm not happy about them because the feedback I was getting was from other designers, and what I was getting was nice, clean, and stuff like that. But they were not converting for me. In short, they don't pay my bills. It was until I started to change the way I post. In short, I did not even, to an extent, I don't like posting my designs where a designer would see it, so they don't come and say nice, clean. Until I decided to change the way I design and not design for designers, that was the difference that changed. I don't want to take up your time tonight and just bore you. So I want to be honest with you. I want to know and let you feel that I know what you are feeling. I know how it is. In short, because I've been there. I might not know what you are going through right now exactly, but because I've been there, I can say to an extent, I know what you feel. Then the last mistake is designs that look cheap. Your designs look crowded, they are poor spacing, wrong font combination, and things like that. That kills client interest, except clients that don't know what they want. Clients that know what they want, they understand to a certain level that these kinds of designers work better than most. Because I've gotten clients that they've worked with certain designers and they come to me and they say, I've worked with like 3 designers and they have disappointed me, or the result I've gotten, or the designs, I don't even like it. Now, if a client comes to you with that kind of complaint and you give them a result that is beyond their expectation or exactly what they want, you think they will go back to other designers when they have you? It's not possible. Or a client is scrolling on Instagram, searching for graphic designers, and see 5 designers, and your designs stand out, not because you are the best, but because you know how to clearly structure your design. Because there's something called design structure. If you know how to clearly structure your design, then it's going to be easier for you to convert those clients without even stress. I've gotten clients that I did not even need to send them portfolio that match their exact niche. Like, I do marketing designs and I want to design for, let's say, a brand. Yeah, I remember this one now. I worked with a brand that is a dentist brand, and in my life till the day I started working with that brand, I never done a design that had to do with healthcare or dentistry or anything that had to do with the health niche. But I did not need to convince the client that I was very good at designs, because they saw my designs and they knew that if this person could achieve this result in other niches, then it's possible that this person could achieve the result with our niche. And I did the design, and the first set of designs I did, there was no complaint. In short, there were little to no corrections on designs after working with the brand for months. Like, the corrections are not change the design, or I don't like the design, or the corrections were okay, just adjust this a bit, stuff like that. This is having design knowledge and having practical knowledge and knowing how to do A or B or C without having to always go and start racking your brain and looking for inspiration. The funny thing is, every one of us in this room right now, we are born creative. In short, those people that you hail, those people that are your mentors, they are not more creative than you are. In short, you might be more creative than they are. They only know how to apply knowledge, wisdom, and understanding better than you. The persons who you look up to, me, for example, who a lot of persons on this call right now will say, you're a crazy designer, you're a good designer, you're an upper designer, and all that. I'm not more creative than you. The only difference is I'm coming from a place of knowledge, experience, understanding, and application. You have the creativity, but you don't have the rest of it. So I want to tell you that it's possible for you to go from 0 to 100, or let's not even say 100, because that might look perfect. You can go from 0 to 70 in 3 months. In short, 3 months is a long time, because it took me 6 months. Now I'm saying 6 months because those are the times where I decided to actually be serious with design and learn it. So it took me 6 months to go from 10 to like 80 and say, wow, I've come a long way. That was me. And I have persons who have gone from 0 to like 80 in 3 months. And the result is clear. So it's not, we're just giving them percentages. This is just even being modest. That because they decided to be serious with design, like you are going to be serious with design after this class, and learn and know what to do and follow the steps based off how it is told, they went from 0 to 100 in just a short period of time, and they can now boldly say, I'm a very good designer and I'm earning very well with my design skill. So let me be honest with you. Because I told you I don't want to bore you with the basics of design. I don't want to be telling you the history of design. I don't want to be telling you all the stories and all the greats and all the principles of design. Now, this is not to excuse all that. If your designs are not converting, then your income will be inconsistent. Not because you are lazy and not because you are not talented, but because you are designing without a system. Just because you are designing without a system. I know a lot of persons because I've been there where I go to YouTube a lot. Till now, I still use YouTube a lot, not for design. I don't, that there's a very minute level of design knowledge that I am hoping to get right now that I will get on YouTube. But when I was starting out, I used YouTube a lot. And I'm very sure a lot of persons have told you that YouTube is the biggest library of knowledge, and that's not a lie. But you will spend years on YouTube to achieve the results that you will get in one sitting if you don't know where to start from. For example, let's just make a very short example. You want to start learning design today and you have no knowledge, and you go to YouTube and you search graphic design and you watch a few videos, and now you know the meaning of design. What is the next step that you know to take? You don't. YouTube will give you suggestion based off what people have viewed, based off what the people you watch have posted, and you can go from there and start jumping and start jumping. But do you know that there's a clear path that somebody can just send you a YouTube playlist and you watch 10 videos and you get the knowledge you're looking for than just going to watch 100 YouTube videos randomly and you are overloaded with information, but you don't have the right information. So in as much as YouTube is a gold mine, sometimes you need direction in the gold mine so that you not lose, just run away and lose inside the midst of information. So that is the reason why I don't want to bore you with the information of this is the beginning of design, this is the end of design, and this is how you can be very, very good at design. No, that would come later. For now, let's help you make money. So you need design or you need clients and you want to make money from your design skill. First, you have to have a system. There are different levels of these systems. There are different levels. There are different ways where you can build your system in minute means small. So in small places or in small steps that will change the whole game. But let's start from the beginning. The beginning is the first question is, are you very good with your skill? Because if I was to refer somebody to you right now, can I be very, very sure that you would deliver on your promise? Your promise now is that I can do design for you and you would like the design. Not even that design would convert, that you would like the design as a client. Can I say there's anybody on this call who I can send the client to and 100% you can deliver on your design promise? Are you very, very sure? So if we can solve that first problem, then we'll then go to the next level of how do you get clients? How do we get clients? Now, when we solve the level of how do we get clients, we then go to the second level of when the clients come, how do we manage them? After that, we go to the next level of how do we get more clients? How do we keep the ones we have or the ones we like that we have and stuff like that. So you see that in this design game, there are different levels. But if you don't follow the right path, you just scatter the whole process. I can tell you something that can get you a client in the next 1 month if you do it diligently. The first of the expose is cold DMs. I've gotten quite a few number of clients through cold DM, and I can tell you that it works. But it is not my best performing process in the sense that there are a lot of ways you can get clients on the internet today, but you have to know what works for you eventually. And how do you know what works for you? You have to try out a bunch of them consistently. When I started and I got a good knowledge on how to get clients, I got information that I had to post regularly. I got information that I had to do cold outreaches. I got information that I had to do or I could do ads promotion. I could create content. I could do physical outreaches too, stuff like that. And how would I know the one that would work for me? I started posting. I started sending code DMs. And I did those two consistently for a long period of time. And I figured out that, okay, code DM does not work very well. Posting gives me like 30% eventually. And I was going. Now, the next one that made me more money, if I would say, since the years I've been doing design, that made me money is referral. This is also a system that can earn you more if you know how to funnel it. Referrals have gotten me more clients than code DM, creating content and sending emails or applying for jobs. But it's not magic. People did not just wake up in a dream and decide to refer me. First, it was because I could deliver on my promise. That was the first reason. Secondly, because I started networking. Then clients that came trusted me enough to refer me to other persons so that I could work with them. And that was how it became like this. So tomorrow, because I want to round up by 9 for questions, tomorrow we are going to be going deeper into this. I'm going to be going deeper. I don't want to say I don't want to bore you. I'm going to give you the bonuses that I had for you. I'm going to send a link so that you're going to get access to the bonuses that was on the flyer. So I'm going to add one more extra. I'm going to send you the structure of design so that you know the structure that can give you good designs with ease. So what I want to round up with now is, if you are to make money with your skill, you have to start thinking differently. You have to make money with your skill, you have to start thinking differently. Something happened to me in 2023 where when I started making small money, and I told myself, because then I used to go broke. Today I make money, tomorrow the money has gone. There's even almost nothing in my account. And I started learning about mindset. I started learning about the growth mindset, different kinds of mindsets, and all that. Apart from making money, you have to have a mind that retains money. So I told myself, from today, I don't want to have less than 10K in my account. Just like a joke. The first month, I started saying this thing almost every time to myself. And the first day it happened, I got, I think, like a job of 50K. And before that, I will spend the money finished. I got another one. And for over 6 months, my account went nothing less than 10K. That was like in 2023. I was very, very happy. Like, the joy in my mind was very, very full. And I decided to increase it again. I said 50K. That, okay, if I don't have it in my account, I'm going to have it in savings. I started to increase the mindset again that, okay, this 10K is small. I went to 50K. And like that, over the years, it has grown. I've told myself, no matter how broke I get, like, there's no money at all. This must be the limit. That the money in my account or in my savings or any money I have anywhere in the world will not go lower than this. And you know that this year I found out that, okay, the reason why that worked is because any bill you give to God is the money that you're going to, is the, how to call it, is the breakthrough you're going to get. For example, people say, give God your dream, he's going to fund it. So what's it called now? The bigger the money you need is the amount that God is going to show up for you. If you pray to God and say, God, I need 100K today, and he wants to do miracle for you and give you 100K, that's what he's going to give you. If the next person beside you is praying for 100 million, that is what God will show up for the person. God will not say, because you are near him, let me give you. No. What you need from God is what God's going to do for you. So first of all, you have to start in your mindset that, okay, as the way I want to go into 2026, I don't want to be short of clients. Like, client and me, 5 and 6. People say I didn't juju, but if they can do the juju, let them do their juju, and let's see if it's going to work. You have to have that mindset that clients are not scarce. Like, you are not scarce, so you and clients, you are always together. That way, you get clients that are going to retain you. That way, even when you don't have clients that retain you every time, you are going to have clients that come back, or you're going to get new clients regularly, so that you don't go broke. Except you don't want to grow as a designer, then you can choose to have the mindset that you have. But if you want to change the game, if you want to change the aim of your life, if you want to grow, if you want to become a better designer, you have to start changing your mindset and start increasing them gradually. I gave myself a task last year that every 3 months I'm going to change my design concepts. Like if I do design and they're not looking alike, but they are having something similar, in the next 3 months, I want to have a new concept. So what I do is I go and research, I learn more, I decide to fix something, or I decide to change something and make sure that my style has a new turnaround. These are the kinds of tasks that you should give yourself in 2026. It doesn't have to be every week, it doesn't have to be every day, it doesn't have to be every 3 months. But make sure that you have a system that either advances you or changes something different about you. That is the only way you can increase your price as a designer. The only reason why somebody will charge 10K and somebody will charge 20K is because somebody is growing and the other person is not. If you cannot tell your client I charge 20K, first of all, because you don't have confidence that you can even do the design that is worth 20K. Another reason is because your knowledge base is very, very low, that in your mind, as you got 20K, your mind is in your heart wants to come out from your chest. Another one is because you don't have proof that if I tell them this price, I have a value that can back the price. So these are the things that you need to work on. If you can work on them, I can tell you that in 3 months, this is just giving you enough space and time to grow. That okay, you might have school, you might have life, or you might just be a very fast learner and we want to give you a lot of time to grow. 3 months is enough for you to start earning as high as 100K monthly as a designer. If you have any question, now will be the time to drop it. I saw one. Somebody said, what is code DM? Code DM is simply code. It's called code outreach. For example, if somebody asks you today now, have you heard the name Samuel before? And the person shows you my picture, there's a high chance that you would say yes. The reason is because to you, you might not know me and know my house and know anything about me, but you have had a previous contact with me. For somebody you are meeting for the first time, either physically or you are chatting them up for the first time, that person is cold, meaning you don't know them, they don't know you, they've never heard of you, nobody has mentioned you before. So you are reaching out to somebody who has no knowledge of you prior to that time. And it being cold means you either get a response or you don't get a response. So if you send somebody a DM, a Nigerian, an American, a Canadian, a Chinese, a DM for the first time on Instagram or on Facebook or on WhatsApp or LinkedIn, that person is referred to as cold, meaning they don't know you before now. Now, after that time, if you interact a few times and the person gets to know you a bit, then you can say this person is becoming warm. And then if this is somebody that has either seen your content, interacted with you before, maybe physically or in the DMs for a long time, and they can beat their chest and say, I know this person, then that person is now hot. So don't mind the person that said because their country is cold. She's a village girl. She's a village girl. So I hope I answered your question, Christopher. Do anybody has a question? You're welcome. Do you have a question? Do you have a question? Well, thank God. I did not even want to use 30 minutes. This is just some minutes tonight. Yeah, you're going to get them. I'm going to send the link to that. Like I said, I don't want to leave you empty-handed. I know that I'm not teaching you the introduction to design, and it's also a problem that we have to fix. So I'm not going to leave you hanging. So tomorrow I'm going to be showing you how to create high converting designs. I'm going to show you systems that can increase your income, and I'm going to show you how designers go from struggling to not struggling. So tonight might not make sense to you a lot. You might say, oh, this is just preamble, this is setting you up for what is to come. Tomorrow is where it all happens. You might be wondering, why is it a playbook? The reason why it's a playbook is because a playbook is basically a guide that is easy to understand, that you can have fun with. For example, a lot of persons now are having fun with artificial intelligence. You go to Gemini or let's say X-Suite AI, and then you create videos with simple prompts without even being an expert in prompt engineering. And then you can achieve results that are very good and without stress. So that is what I intend to give you tomorrow. I intend to give you systems that will help you achieve great design structures that are high converting. I'll tell you how to increase your system and earn more as a designer so that your income will go from 0 to 100, and teach you how to stop struggling as a designer. What should I do if all the friends around me are complaining that they are broke and they can't afford my services? If all the friends, okay, in my socials, nothing is just happening there. I'm just seeing myself. Okay, first of, like I said, we're not designing for designers. We're not designing for friends. We're not designing for family members. We're designing for business owners, clients, founders, etc. Those are the persons that you want to target. Those are the persons that can pay you. Except you are running a family business, then you can stay with your friends. Now, I'm not saying you should delete them. I'm not saying you should block them or send them away. You are only just going to start changing your stand with them. Now, if somebody is not making you grow, somebody is not increasing you, maybe mentally or physically, the person is not making you money, and you know that staying with the person gives you absolutely no results, then you have to reduce the number of time you spend with them. You have to reduce the number of hours you spend with them. It's not them that time they will call you, let's go out, and you said you're happy to go out with them, knowing fully well that you can spend as high as 4 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour, just wasting away without doing anything. So it means you have to reduce the number of time you stay with broke people. I heard something from somebody. He said, know what broke people do and don't do it. If a broke person tells you this is what he reads, do not read it. So if you're going to be taking talks from people, advice from people, go and start staying with persons who are talking about money. Go and start staying with people who are talking about money. Anybody that is saying broke, 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 just running from the person. On Saturday, I went to the other city conference, and the convener, he said something. He said, among his friends, nobody talks about, I don't have money to buy something. That even when he himself that made it kind of a law and told them that nobody should talk about being broke or not having money to afford something around him, even when he himself forgets and says it, his friend calls him back to the reality of what he said and said, don't say that statement again or change the statement. So sometimes you have to stay away from certain persons. Secondly, like I said, there are different methods to use your social media to make money. Different platforms work for different purposes. Instagram, for example, is more of a visual platform than a text-based platform. On X, it's both visual and text, but you can go far both with text and with visuals. On LinkedIn, it's more of text. Now there are visuals and videos on LinkedIn, but you go more or farther with text than visual. That's understanding the platform first. Then, secondly, how do you make money from that platform? Like I said, there's the option of cold DMs where you send people DMs. You don't, like this now, you are broke and you're waiting for somebody to come and give you money. The person is not your family, the person is not your daddy, the person is not your mom, is not your uncle, not your schoolmate, and you are waiting. You have to go and meet them. The first client I got on Instagram, after using the platform for years, after understanding to use it correctly, even before I started getting clients DM me on Instagram. So I'm not saying don't post on Instagram now. I'm saying post there, but don't wait for people to always reach out to you, reach out to people. Secondly, it might be that your post is not converting because you don't even know how well to post. Like I said, you are posting for designer. Hi guys, here's my new post. Which one do you think is the better version, A or B? And people will say A, B, nice design. Designers are the persons that go to see your design. It's not going to have a good reach or reach the right audience. You know that, for example, if you check your metrics or insights on Instagram, it tells you the location, the people who view your content, the number of likes, the reach, the number of followers and non-followers. Now, if you study it, it's going to tell you the kind of person that see it. Now, it's not going to tell you designers, but you by yourself, you know that if you got 100 comments and 100 of them are designers, then most likely your content is reaching the wrong audience. And yes, most likely designers are going to support you the more because we are supporting each other in the industry, but they are not your target audience. So another thing is the people who are going to send you DMs and do business with you are not going to drop a comment under your post and say, well done, good job. They are seeing. Some of them are waiting for the day where they see something that attracts them enough, or they're waiting for you to be consistent, hoping that you not run away with their money. I've gotten clients, like foreign clients, I'm not talking about Nigerian clients now, I've gotten Nigerian clients, but I've gotten foreign clients reach out to me, and this person has never for once dropped a like on my post or dropped a comment, but the person sent me a DM, meaning people are seeing you, maybe you're not just showing up enough. So I hope to an extent I answered your question. So sometimes the way you post on your social media might not be giving you enough views, enough reach, or even the attention that you need. Another thing is there are different ways. There are some persons that go to people's comment section and drop comments. Now, you're not just going to go to people's random comment section. There are certain posts that are kind of job offer posts that are saying, okay, you can put out or pitch yourself or sell yourself. You should not be lacking in those kinds of comments. You're not following, what's it called now? Tunde Headnut or Brother Shaggy. They're not going to pay you money. You have to start following pages that have the potential of giving you certain results that you want. So the people you follow depend on what you see. The places you go to depend on the result you get. And lastly, you don't wait for clients to reach out to you. Also start reaching out to clients. Which kind of client are you not going to reach out to? Come tomorrow, maybe I'll tell you. Because it's one thing to reach out to people, it's another thing to know the right persons to reach out to also. You get the point. Any other question before I run away? Any other question? There's no question. How was the class for you? Did you enjoy it? Did you get something? I should not run away. Before I walk away, I should not run. All right. That's very, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. We'll meet on the group. Have a nice night.